Roberto Benedict.
See. So I'm to stay on stage with you for about 10 minutes.
Looks like you're giving a TED Talk up here. What's happening?
I was giving a TED Talk.
Oh.
A TED Talk about a TV show I did called Supernatural.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah.
Shall we sit?
Let's. So Jensen.
Yeah.
I'm feeling around here. It's my talk show, and you're a guest. Jensen, great having you here.
What have you been working on these days? How's everybody doing today?
Jensen, can I ask you a personal question?
Please do.
So I was going to ask you this earlier and I forgot. I'm rewatching Supernatural for the Rewatch podcast.
That's right.
As you know, you've been a guest on it. When in the show did you get married in real life? When did that happen? Before season 5? After season 5?
Would have been season... Well, it was 2010.
Okay, so that's season 6?
5.
5? After season 5?
At the end of, just after 5.
Okay. Because I'm rewatching and going like, where is this in their life? Like, where were they?
Oh, like we're in our personal life, are we?
Yeah. So that you have been engaged or something. I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on season 5 right now. So
that was Kripke's last season.
I know. I was in there. I was there.
How many seasons were you in?
Well, I was in 4 and 5. I started in 4.
You came in 4.
And then I was,
Somebody else came in 4 too.
The one with the wings and the trench coat. It was like
Alistair?
That's it.
Right.
So yeah, starting season 4 and then through season 5. I remember Swan Song, the end of season 5. It's like narrated by me. Yep. That was me. Anyway, then I was gone. I come back for a cameo in season 10, and in season 11 I'm back as God.
Right.
And then I'm gone for a couple seasons. Then season 14, I end the world.
Right.
And then I'm a total asshole all season 15.
Right. And then we leave you behind. And you're like, guys,
not done. No, I was kidding.
Please.
Oh, guys, that was the worst.
It was. Did you ever see the one where we leave? What was Fergus's character?
Nick.
Yeah, McDavies. And when we leave him at the docks, and I was supposed to just pull out and like peel away like I did with you.
Yeah.
But it was such a tight thing that I had to like Austin Powers it. And Jared's like across, like I'm like, and Jared's just like this.
That's funny.
I don't think Adam lasted through the scene. He broke.
For my last scene when you guys peeled off, that was emotional. Also because it was the end of it for me.
That was it.
Yeah.
We literally left you, and that was the end of it.
There were real emotions there for me when you guys drove away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, we're here now.
Hey, but here we are, talking about it. Yeah, it was tough to say goodbye to, that barn scene sucked.
Yeah.
It also sucked the life out of me. Like I was gassed.
Was that your last? What was the last thing you shot? The bridge.
The bridge. Because because we had to. They had us do that like on purpose. Like they waited to move that to the very end of the schedule because it was going to be the last thing. And the unfortunate part about it was 2020. It was COVID.
It's supposed to be all of us. It's supposed to be all the actors come back to Vancouver and are there for the very last shot.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that, like what it was supposed to be, how it was supposed to end, which was not on the bridge. It was supposed to be at a roadhouse, and Kansas was going to be playing in the bar, and there was going to be a whole bunch of like familiar faces in the bar as well.
Yeah. The bar was going to be all the characters that would be in heaven.
Right.
And then they were going to sort of break the fourth wall, and the rest of us.
And everybody else would just walk in, and we would all be
having a
party with Kansas playing music.
Amazing.
That would have been amazing. Kansas was like, I think a couple of them were like getting on the plane to come up, and they were like, "No, sorry, the world's shutting down.
Yeah.
Go home."
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. My last shot, my very last day.
Was it the one where we were driving away?
No, that was like my second to last day, and then I came back the next day, and I just shot the one where I like made the dog disappear. It's like the
worst. You were like, this is not how I want to finish.
Let it be me in tears, like, I love you.
No!
I love you guys.
Now it's just like, hey, bye, dog.
Let's go kill a dog. Well, that's a wrap on Rob Benedict. You know?
And the dog.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, here we are.
Let's get a question.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, so this is about Dean, but before that I wanted to say that we really want Ruth back here, so I really hope she comes.
That'd be great. She's a little busy right now.
I know, but again, happy belated birthday and congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
child and
I'll
everything.
tell her.
So, we love Dean, and one of the best aspects is that he's a multi-layered character, multifaceted character. There's a lot, he's brave and he's strong and he's selfless, but he's also funny and vulnerable. There are many different aspects, great arc, and you're so great at playing all of them. And you told us multiple times that there's a lot of him in you and a lot of you in him. You're protective and you're smart and you fight for what you believe in. But are there
Keep going.
Well, I could forever. But are there any aspects that were particularly difficult for you to play because they didn't resonate with you, and that was difficult to make that happen?
His love for junk food. That was hard. I'm a pretty good eater when it comes to that stuff. Like I don't live for food the way Dean did. I eat to live, not live to eat. Whereas he would live to eat. Like any day he'd get his hands on it. I mean, he probably should have weighed a little more and had higher cholesterol than he did.
I saw the episode where like something zaps a ham and it cooks the ham and you're eating the whole ham. You know what I'm talking about?
I will say this, if you look for it, you could probably see it, but I got pretty decent at, if it was like sitting in a diner, if it was like a hamburger or something. And they're, they want you to take a bite off the top of the scene. So that means you've got to eat. Like you can't like just do the whole scene and then take a bite at the end and they yell cut and you spit it into a bucket, which I've done that. But what I would do is in the first take, I would take a bite of, let's say, hamburger. I would take a bite and chew it up while I'm doing the scene. And then take two, I wouldn't have them replace the hamburger. I would keep the same one. And then I would just go right into the same chew, but like a bite mark, and then just air chew. I'd just be like, yeah, I did. I would do that like the next 5 takes. I wasn't eating anything. I was just chewing nothing.
That's my imitation of Richard Speight.
Right, but he doesn't have gum in his mouth.
No, so I was chewing on something like a cow.
It's like a cud.
All right, I gotta get out of here. Leave him to you.
All right, take
Love
off.
you all. Thank you.
And then it was just us. What's going on here? Do we know why there's a basket of plastic?
It's all the stuff that they throw at us.
Supposed to throw them at you?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem safe.
No.
All right, we'll do questions instead. Hi.
Hi. When United States loses the World Cup, every year, or what?
Not the ladies.
Okay. I'll let you win this one. But when they
And we also win the World Series. That's baseball, guys.
Basically the only.
And it's pretty much only American teams. One Canadian team.
Oh, there is one.
All right, fine. Yeah, World Cup. Right. Our guys aren't they're not the best.
yeah.
So when they lose,
Who's your pick this year, or who's your pick for the next cup?
oh, I always pick my country, even though they always lose too.
Brazil?
Brazil, yeah. They always lose. Come on.
Yeah, but I feel like they're always good. They're always in the hunt. No?
We have history, but the last cup we won, I guess we are the country that won most.
The most.
Yeah.
Right. That's why. Yeah, that's why I always assume Brazil is
Yeah,
like.
but I guess the last we won it was in 2002 when Brazil was good.
You're due. So who is top dog right now? They're usually always good. Netherlands is always
I
good.
guess France.
France.
I don't cheer for France, but
No.
yeah,
Chile.
they are. And
Argentina.
when United States lose.
When
Every
they,
year.
when they get knocked out in the first round.
Let it go.
I don't know. That's a good question. I usually like to root for the underdog, so maybe I'll root for Brazil.
Yeah. Every year, yeah.
All right, obrigado.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Sorry for my voice. I lost my voice after karaoke.
That's a common thing.
What is your place of power, happy place, hard to reach and easy to get there? For example, the easiest way for me is just driving alone in my car to nowhere, and the hard way is peak Kalapatar, Himalaya, 5,500 meters, magic power place for me. What about you?
The easy one is probably my backyard. Like watching the kids play, the dog run, just sitting there. That's kind of, a nice day. That fills me up. A hard place would be probably the middle of the ocean somewhere, like on a fishing boat. Yeah, last summer I did some offshore fishing off of North Carolina, and we were like 60 miles off the coast. There's just nothing but water. It was awesome. Caught a big fish. Thank you. Hi.
Hello. I'm sorry. I'm here because I'm with my daughter and watch the show together. Was like that. It's not like we are used to see now. And my question is, did you realize that the show helps to build a bridge between generations?
I wouldn't have imagined that, but now the fact that the show was on for as long as it has been, and we're now 19 years from when it first started. It has been brought to my attention, from people like you, that there has been kind of a bringing together of generations. I remember the first time I heard that it was a mother, daughter, and a grandmother, and all of them showed up at the autograph table and said that they all bonded over watching the show, and I just was like, what? Three generations. And I since then have heard, from, parents and their kids that, we watch the show together, and it's something we do every Friday night, or something we do, and it's brought us together, and it's something that we have in common and we can talk about, and that's awesome. Like I love hearing that. That's it's one of the reasons we do it is because it reaches people and it touches them, and if it can bring people together, which clearly it does, then that's a great success. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Jensen.
Hi.
We all know that you have a great talents. You are very talented, and you can like do anything. But is there any, is there any new skill you would like to acquire?
Any new skill? You know what I've started doing that it was something I always wanted to do, but it was never something I took the time to learn. I mean, I knew the basics, but I didn't really understand it in a way that I felt like I needed to be good at it. And that's play chess. And I now play every day, which you can play on your phone. And so yeah, I play probably 2 to 5 games a day. And I've gotten pretty good. And I know the different setups, the gambits, and all because that was the thing. I was like, there's too much to know, and I'm not gonna. But if you just do it and you keep practicing it, then you start to get better. So I'm wanting to get even better. But that's just one thing I can think of right now. And that's just because I've had a little bit of time on my hands recently. So.
Of course, you are good. Thank you.
I don't know. You haven't played me yet. Hi.
Hi. Okay. So, as an older sibling, I relate a lot to Dean and his relationship with Sam, and I was wondering what it was like to build that relationship up on screen.
I mean that relationship started the moment I met Jared, and I say that because we immediately had this this connection through just our who we were, both born and raised, similar area by similar parents, surrounded ourselves with similar friends, played the same kind of sports, had the same kind of interests. I mean, he was a little bit more nerdy than I was, but that's fine. He was a mathlete, which nothing against math, it's useful, but don't be a dork about it, please. But when we first introduced ourselves, it was immediate. There was, he was like, "Oh, where are you from?" "Oh, San Antonio." "Where are you from?" "Dallas." "Oh, no way." We root for the same sports teams. Like there was just an immediate friendship that happened when we met. And so the day we met was the day that we ended up auditioning together as Dean and Sam in front of the studio and the network and everything. And so we went from meeting each other in the waiting room of the studio to then going into another room and playing brothers. And so it was instant that started. And then what really solidified it was when we got the job, which was that day in the room. They were like, "Congratulations, you guys are the brothers Winchester." And we were like, "Sweet." And so then the studio was like, "All right, well, let's get these guys in fighting shape. Like these brothers should know how to handle themselves." And I was like, "I know how to handle myself." And they're like, No, we know, but we're gonna help you out a little bit anyway. And we're like, "All right, fine." So they put us into boxing training. We went and started working at this boxing gym, and started, learning. We were punching things every day, and I'll never forget one time they were like, "All right, it's been like a few weeks, and we, been working on the heavy bag, working the speed bags, and working on the focus mitts." And then they were like, "All right, I think you guys are ready to get in the ring together." We were like, "Oh," and I'm looking at him, I'm like, "I'm gonna knock this tall, skinny son of a bitch out." And we put the headgear on, and we were dancing around, a couple of jabs at the body, a couple of punches, and then he just rocked my nose, and just like, boom! And I was like, and I went back against the ropes, and I was like, "You mother." And so I was back, and I was like, and then I went for a jab, and he dodged it, and I just went, boom, right in the side of his ear. And he was like, he'll tell you, he was like, it was like a bell rung. It was like, boom. And then I think he just started swinging his arms wildly, and then And they were like, all right, we're done. You guys don't get to fight against each other anymore. And he and I were like, yeah, I think we're better if we fight other people together rather than each other. And so that again then kind of like really started solidifying our relationship. And then as some of you know, we ended up getting up to Vancouver, and we had an unfortunate incident where after a few days of filming, everything was going great. He and I were having a great time. We went to go meet a producer at a restaurant one evening after we finished work, and there was a group of drunk guys that just started fighting us in the street. They mistook us for somebody that they had just gotten kicked out of a bar, because they were in some of you know the story. They got into a thing with some other guys in a bar. They got kicked out, and then when they were coming around the side of the building, we happened to be walking that way, and they were like, "That's them!" And Jared and I were like, "Who?" And that's all the warning we got. And then they just started throwing punches. Jared and I had just come off like 8 weeks of boxing training. Hold my beer. We lit him up. And then then he and I were like bonded for life. And that was just a few days into filming. So if we weren't already, brother types, that we were definitely then. And then it just, kept taking shape and growing as the seasons and the years went on. And so yeah, that's why my kids call him Uncle Jared. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
No deep dive today. Because it's Sunday, so.
Thank you.
Deepish dive.
Oh, okay. All right. This is not a softball. Okay, here we go.
No, it's a medium ball. Okay, I wanted to know how much say you have in Dean's other clothes, like his 1944 costume, like his army medic costume, because I get the impression that you worked quite closely with Kelly, the costume person, but I'd like to know how much. And a little bit of a deeper dive, how much do you think those clothes impacted your performance? Not just as Dean, but as Bo, because you like the jackets.
It's cool.
And Soldier Boy with the blue shirt when he was in the hotel room.
The giant.
The Giants jersey.
Yeah.
So I've worked with wonderful, they're called costume designers, and our costume designer on Supernatural, Carrie. Kelly was our on-set costumer, so she would be with us every day on set, getting the clothes out of the truck, putting them in our trailers, having our changes ready. She was taking care of us on set with our costumes, but the costumes were already picked and designed by Carrie, who was in the office. And so whenever there was new stuff, like specific stuff, like Michael or the 1940s or the tap dance thing, I would have to go to the production office and go to Carrie's office, and we would do a fitting. And so it was written in the script kind of what it was supposed to be. Sometimes Carrie would just be like, oh, and we're in the 1940s, and then that's it. So she got to use her skill set, which was phenomenal. I actually got her to come with us on the Winchesters. She was the costume designer on Winchesters as well. But so I would give my input, be like, I prefer this color, or I like this fit, or let's do something more like this. But she would always have like a really good kind of jumping off point. And so Carrie was fantastic, and I was lucky to get to work with her for as long as I did. The only thing, as far as like costumes and stuff, maybe like the director. So if a regular Sam and Dean day, right? Flannel, t-shirt, jeans, right? The director of that episode would go in to the costume department and select from maybe 6 options. Let's go with the red plaid. Let's go with the blue for Jared, whatever. And every now and again, I'd come into my trailer and see what has been picked out for me to wear, and maybe go, I don't like that shirt. Not feeling red today. So I'll walk over to Kelly on the truck and I'll be like, Kels, I don't want to wear this. And she's like, well, that's what Richard Speight picked out. I'm like, screw him. I wear what I want to wear. You understand? She's like, whatever, Jensen. And so then I could go down and I'd have a whole, it was like a giant closet. And there were like, Dean was on the left side and Jared was on the, or Sam was on the right side. And so I just go and be like, no, just wore that. And I don't like that either. No. Haven't seen this before. Where did we get this? I don't know, just got it. I'm wearing this. Richard didn't like that. Screw him. So, but yeah, the unique outfits. The Western outfit.
Yes.
So that duster was custom made.
Serape.
Yeah. Serape. I was like, he needs to look ridiculous. Let's go for it. The gym teacher. Funny story about that. I had and I think I've told this before. I've probably told every story before. Some of you are like, oh God, not this one again. They had a regular like track pants, right? Nothing. It wasn't anything funny. It was just like an athletic outfit. And I was like, no, I know what I want to do here. So that was not scripted to look the way that I looked, which was ridiculous. I had a coach when I was in junior high school, and he dressed like that. Not kidding. And I even knew the brand of shorts that I was like, I don't even know if they make them anymore. That's what I was telling Carrie. I don't even know if they make these shorts anymore, but they've got to be Bike, B-I-K-E shorts. And they made this, it's weird, they made baseball pants, but it was called Bike. Anyway, and so she scoured the internet and finally found them. And she was like, they only come in red. And I'm like, perfect. Get them here. And then I was like, I'm gonna need some sweatbands too. And I need some high tube socks. And she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, don't worry about it. And that's how the gym teacher outfit came together. Is that it? All right, on that note, I'm out of here. Thank you guys. We'll see you later.